Ready. Racing. Acromantula began very fast, showing good speed as well is Cramden going through. Pink Carrots is pretty close. Just off them is Brooklyn Pier. And then Timescale and Bedouin Bell is down on the inside. Timescale now drifting back and Strathmore Rose went forward. King's Authority's out very wide. Mood Swings beaten for speed is back about second last. Highway Glory just had to ease on the inside. And two away last beaten for speed is Sassy Trader. So the leader Acromantula and does it pretty well. Leads by 3/4. Pink Carrots is right there. Strathmore Rose for Pike is out 3 wide. Cramden is over on the inside as they come around the home turn. And they're being followed just in behind them by Brooklyn Pier. And then came Bedouin Bell and getting into the clear guns of Netherone. Inside the 200, Pink Carrots is after Acromantula who fights hard. Acromantula just in front. Pink Carrots levelling up. Pink Carrots and Acromantula. Pink Carrots is doing the better work and Carberry sends it home. Pink Carrots beat Acromantula. 2.5 away Brooklyn Pier and 3/4 to Guns of Netherone. They're followed by Mood Swings and down on the inside Cramden ran pretty well. Further back in the field was Timescale, Bedouin Bell, King's Authority. Sassy Trader picked up some ground, but it was very late in the race. Strathmore Rose dropped out after racing wide on the speed. And Highway Glory, the bolter, has run last. Pink Carrots dominant. Number 10 is the winner. Pink Carrots. That was a very good ride. Very good ride by Carberry. Obviously a plan to have the horse right up there, and we've seen this horse race before on speed, and of course first up everything went wrong when it led and failed, and then again sat close and battled into third. But then last start it came zooming home to win in a weaker race, beating Asian Kensington, but today right up on speed again, now fully into its campaign. Hard and fit, not as fresh, travelled well outside Acromantula and has pounded that horse into the dirt over the final stages. Brooklyn Pier's run well into third, an honest run. Few of them have beaten for speed. Horses you expected to be sitting reasonably close. And the Guns of Navarone has run home quite well into fourth place. I think Neville Parham will be pretty happy with both performances, although well beaten by the two on-pacers here. On-pacers have been dominating. It's 58.02 the run, 58.02, 33.62 for the final 600. 3/4 by 2 lengths, 3/4 by 2 lengths. And the winner, Pink Carrots, is by I Am Invincible out of Pink Diamonds and Encosta de Lago mare, and is owned by the 19th Hole Racing Syndicate manager, Mrs. K.D. O'Mara, also and Kernick and the 50-50 group, and also the Kerrs as well with the Doors, Graham Doors, and the field coming back here after the running of race number 7, the Amelia Park Handicap. We'll go down to Brittany in just a moment. 8.70, 2.60. Good price about the winner. $2 Acromantula, 2.10 Brooklyn Pier. 4th, 6, 10, 1, 2 and 6. Let's head down to Brittany now and talk to Connections after the running of race number 7 and Simon Miller.
Thanks, Richie. I do have Simon here. Back-to-back victories for Pink Carrots and a very happy 19th Hole Syndicate who are all going out to greet their I'm Invincible geldings. Simon, what were your conversations with Paddy pre-race? Drawn 8, excellent riding out of the gates. You would have been watching the pattern as it's unfolded all day. What was your conversation to him?
It was pretty easy. I just said the same as last time. Like the result, that was it. There was no plan to roll forward, or I just left it up to him, and geez, you give it a good ride.
This is a horse I remember very early on in his career you always had an opinion of. What's been the key in the last 2 starts?
I think probably back to the 1,000 and stepping clean. He used to always zonk the start last prep and get himself in awkward spots and have to set up too much work to get the job done, and now he's breaking clean and he's a short course horse. Probably helps.
Last start, you were saying that the owners were giving you a bit of free advice along the way. They would be very much, you'd be in their good books at the moment.
Yeah, they still love me for another fortnight, so it was really good. So Graham Dawes turned up today as well, and just a good crew, and I was underground. I could just hear roaring from upstairs, and I knew it was them.
Miss Kentucky in the Scenic Blast up next. What are your thoughts given what we've seen today with the pattern of the day?
Probably it makes it harder, but I won't change what I do with it. Just there's still going to be genuine speed in the race. Clairvoyance and a few others will rock and roll, and I think maybe with the way the track's playing, they might overdo it a bit. Well, I'm hoping so, and I just got to cop my medicine. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, she'll be brave in defeat, no doubt.
Is she in the same order as we saw her last start?
Yeah, equally as good. So her work's been identical, her mannerisms are the same. And Amacinas, she's first up, but probably the unforgotten one in this race because of Miss Kentucky. But she's near. I'm getting her close to fitness, so look for a big run from her.
Looking forward to the next. Well done here.
Thanks, Brittany.
Shorter interview from Simon Miller today. He's been under strict instructions, I think, from the fellow trainers who gave it to him, sending him messages the next morning at 5 a.m. saying, "Are you still talking, Simon?" After we had a good chat after the victory not long ago. But Pink Carrots goes back to back. 1,000 metres seems to be the key here, Scott, and great ride by Paddy Carberry.
Well, Bradley Parnham just came across, who rode Simon's other horse and was almost ready to go and weigh out for the next race because he wasn't going to wait around a lot longer. He doesn't mind a bit of a chin wag, but Paddy Carberry, we're giving him 10 out of 10 for that ride. It was a sensational way that it unfolded for Pink Carrots, who goes back to back and is starting to fulfill that real sprinting potential. It seems as though the faster they go, the better it is for Pink Carrots because it allows him to, at least in some sense, settle because he can get his head high. We'll ask Paddy that to start off. Paddy, how was he today in terms of wanting to get his head up?
He wanted to, but it wasn't the plan to be as close as what he was today. But I know the horse well enough to just get him into a rhythm and not try and wrestle him down. He did want to get his head up, but he was a little bit better with the rubber bit today. I still believe that he's a horse better cooled off a little like he was last start, but I know that he wouldn't have won if I fought him. So.
And probably today, Acromantula, a horse that over the 1,000 is at least going to put in a genuine tempo and not sort of come up for air is probably a good thing for him.
They were actually rolling a little bit, but the leader did back off a little, and I thought, oh, don't back off too much more, because I would have had to actually bring him back under me a bit too much. But yeah, as I say, he was a little bit more user-friendly with the bit today, so hopefully we can continue to get him better and better. And I think when he steps up in the grades, generally as the grades get higher, the speed's on more. So, credit to the stable and the staff and everyone at home. I've had a week off down south, and I pretty much haven't ridden any horses for the guys this week. So, I'd like to thank them for all their efforts. And I was lucky enough to pick up the crumbs today and get a winner.
And what about Amacinas? An expectation for her?
Her trials have been good. Her work's been good. Obviously, it's a tough test against horses that are race fit, but I think she'll be storming home at the end.
Down south, any good?
Awesome.
Congratulations, well done, Paddy.
Cheers, mate.
Paddy Carberry there will mark him down as good off a freshen up after heading down south and coming straight back and in the winner's stall with Pink Carrots. And Simon Miller went out of his way to give a nice, reasonable push for Amacinas in the next. And he does have the favourite Miss Kentucky, who's at $2.50 in Clairvoyance. The money is starting to come. Just glancing at the WAP, 3 into $2.70. That race set to go, the Scenic Blast Stakes, in just 20 minutes' time.